Hey guys, last week I asked you to do something really simple. I asked you to choose one pattern, one thing in your life that if you stayed with it would actually move you forward. And then I asked you to commit to it for 30 days. No restarting, no negotiating, no checking for results every few days, just 30 days of showing up. Now, if you actually followed through, you should be about on day 7 because we're about a week in. And this is exactly where most men break. Not on day 1. Not when the motivation is high and everything still feels new, but right here, day 7, right around the point where the excitement wears off and the work starts to feel normal. If that's you, then this video is for you. Hey, you know me, I'm Ken, and this is Life Moves with Ken. On this channel, we talk about what it actually looks like for men to move their lives forward with intention, not through hype, definitely not through quick fixes, but through discipline, direction, and the patterns that shape who you become over time. Because life moves whether you're ready or not. And the goal here is super simple. The goal is to make sure that you're moving with it. And so this is the part where your mind starts asking questions. Is this doing anything? Do I really need to keep doing this? Maybe this isn't the right thing. Should I be trying something else? And those questions are exactly the questions that you're probably getting to in your first week of being on your 30-day goal. And this is the exact moment that matters most because week 2 is where the real process begins. So let's start with the most important thing. Week 2 is not about adding something new. Week 2 is about protecting what you've already started. And this is where most men make a huge mistake. They start seeing small progress or they start feeling a little more in control and then they immediately want to do more. Let me add more, let me add more. If a little bit did something, then a lot of it will do a lot more. But that's not what we're going to do here, okay? We're not going to add another habit. We're not adding another goal. We're not adding another standard or another fix it. Don't do that. Because right now, your job isn't expansion. Your job is reinforcement. Your job is to become consistent. And so if last week you committed to getting in the gym 3 times, just keep on doing that. If last week you committed to fixing something in your evenings, closing down your evening, well, then just keep doing it. Whatever you committed to last week, do that. Nothing new, nothing extra. Just protect what already exists. The biggest mistake men make during change is trying to build too much before the first pattern is stable. This is how momentum is built, not through constant change, but through repeated follow through actions, okay? So now that you've got a week behind you, the next step is to make sure that the pattern is easier to repeat. And so this is where you need to be honest with yourself. You need to ask yourself, what made this first week really hard? What almost caused me to stop or what got in the way? What created unnecessary resistance? Because this week we're going to deal with that resistance, okay? And so maybe your phone stayed next to your bed and ruined your evening routine. So you've got to come up with a plan to change that. So like move it. Maybe your gym clothes weren't ready and the morning felt rushed. So you got to come up with a plan to fix that. So get the clothes ready the night before, lay them out, get your shoes right by your bed, like I say all the time, and just get up in the morning and put your clothes on. Maybe the time you chose just doesn't fit the reality of your schedule. So you've got to come up with a plan to fix it. Since the time didn't work, adjust the time, but don't adjust the commitment, just adjust the time. That's a really important distinction. You can change the setup, but you don't change the standard. Remember, we've talked about this before. So you have to make your standard and stick to that because too many men think that discipline means forcing themselves through some unnecessary friction. Sometimes discipline means building a better system, not changing the discipline. So make the right thing easier to do, make the wrong thing harder to do. And that one adjustment alone can be the total difference between consistency and falling off. So let's look at it this way. If we stop looking for results, then we'll stop looking for evidence that we're doing it right. The issue is not evidence that we're doing it right. The issue is, can I keep consistently doing what I already know is right? So if you're looking for some sign to know that it's working or looking for something to feel different or looking for the proof, week 2 is entirely too early to be looking to judge those results. You're still in the building phase. And if you've ever been in the process of change, you know that 3 days, 4 days, 5 days in, you're not getting any level of results. Okay. So it's not about results. It's about building your identity. Every time you follow through, you send yourself a message. You're saying to yourself, I knew that I could do it. I'm a person, I'm a man who does what he says. And so that matters far more right now than any visible results that you're trying to find. And so the results will come later, but you're building identity right now. And so that's the most important thing. So here's the thought. How do I actually continue to move in the direction that I'm supposed to be moving? So here's what I want to share with you today, and this is our man move. We are going to tighten the standard. Now that you've made it through the first week, this is the move. We tighten the standard. Last week may have been simply about starting, but this week is about getting really clear in what we're doing. So if last week your commitment was kind of vague, this week we're going to make it even more specific. So instead of saying, I'm going to work out more, we're gonna get it really tight. We're gonna say, this week, I'm going to the gym Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 a.m. Something along those lines. And instead of saying, I'm going to use my phone less, where you're gonna say, this week, I'm turning my phone off and outside of my bedroom by fill in the time. So this week we're making the standard specific so that we can remove the negotiation that we have. And so when the standard is vague, your mind will always look for a way out. Remember, our mind is going to resist because our mind has been in a pattern of doing the same thing for a long time. And so when we make the standard clear, the decision is already made. And that's what makes follow through easier. You remove the daily debate. So discipline gets stronger when the decision is made ahead of time. And we've talked about this before. So I want to help you to really move to a very clear level of what the standard is. And so if you're about a week into your 30-day reset right now, don't make the mistake of adding more. Don't start over. Don't come up with something new. All you have to do is keep the momentum going by protecting what you started, by reducing the friction. And so you stop looking for immediate results and you just tighten the standard, okay? Real change, I've said it before, real change doesn't happen in some dramatic moment. Real change happens in repeated days of follow through, in repeated days of staying in the fight and knowing that the results will come later. So just stay on your grind, as I always say, stay on the task, stay focused, and don't give up because you're doing the right thing. You're making man moves. And so if this helped you out, I'm just going to ask you, subscribe, like, hit the buttons, and become part of this channel and this group of growing men who are moving forward with intention. We're making one move, one pattern, one day at a time. And remember, don't break now. You're just getting started. And this is how week 2 is going to be a perfect week for you. And so, as I say every single week, you're not starting over. You're just starting from here. And please know that I love you. Hey, have a wonderful rest of the week. I'll see you back here next time. Looking forward to seeing how you guys are making those moves. Next week, we're doing a big check-in. So I need you to come ready with your results on how you're staying committed to the task, how you're clarifying your standards, and how you're changing patterns in your mind. All right? Hey, have a wonderful week. I'll see you next time. Bye. This is Ken.